What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld, and today we're going to be discussing coaching adjustments and if they really work. Now, I have to actually do it during a real game, so I was going to do it with one of my live games, but I decided not to, just so I could actually, focus with every individual person that watches this video one-on-one and make sure that they understand. Now, my team is set kind of wild because this is part of the Gauntlet Unleashed solos, so you have to put together a team. This is the premium version where you have to do the theme, and this week's theme is the AFC West, so I got a lot of bums out there right now. So pretty much what the coaching adjustments are is something new that's been added to Madden that can help you adjust how your offense and defense reacts. Now, the ball carrier with conservative, allegedly it helps to, sort of reduce the amount of fumbles. I don't see that happening, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly. I have LT, and my LT is upgraded right now to currently a 90. So, in actual game, conservative doesn't really stop the fumble action. You're going to fumble the ball if you get a hit stick just right. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that. That's very, very important for you to understand that the coaching adjustments is not going to stop wild things from happening as far as the fumbles, okay? So be careful with that whole situation and be cautious when you do it. For instance, with that right there, I put him on conservative, right? So it decreases it, but I'm going to leave it at balance because that's usually what I'm good with. With the blocking, aggressive increases the chances of penalties, but they hold the blocks longer. So we're going to go ahead and run the same play, and we're going to see how the line blocks differently, because I didn't really notice anything different when I was doing it in game. But again, it can vary. But people have been asking about, Gmias, should I use it? Should I use coaching adjustments? I don't really know. I keep mine basically on balanced, and the game goes how it goes. Now, I will tell you this, though. Defensively, when we get to that point, I'm going to show you the differences between making the dudes go wild in the D-line, like very, very aggressive, and the penalties that come with that. Because if you do send them aggressively, if they fake, fake hut, you're going off sides every time. So if you're into that kind of thing and you want to be annoyed uncontrollably, you can go ahead and play with the, your D-line and stuff like that. But for the most part, I would say to make your cornerbacks play ball and see if they'll pick it. But for the most part, this year, I can't really, I can't argue with the fact that you can go one-on-one and intercept the ball now. 16 was impossible. 17, you were playing with your life if you tried to go one-on-one and intercept the ball. But this year, you can actually, do a lot more. Now, keep in mind, this is Montgomery. It's not even LT, and you see how he breaks the first tackle, but I can barely get LaDainian Tomlinson sometimes to break a tackle, but that's neither here nor there. The bottom line is, pretty much for offense, you're going to want to make your O-line block aggressively, and you're going to want to use conservative with the running back if you want to make sure they have a lesser chance of a fumble. But being in games, if you get lined up for a hit stick, and keep in mind, LaDainian Tomlinson has the best carry, I think, right now, currently in Madden Ultimate Team. So I don't really understand what the point is of him having that, and he averages, for me, at least 2 fumbles a game. So, as far as conservative goes, that's what I've been told. I've tried it. It doesn't work for me. But if it works for you, it just works for you. But a lot of people have been using the coaching adjustments, and this is what I'm talking about on defense, right? So I always have auto flip off because that just ruins my defense. I go to play ball, so they could actually, do what they got to do. I don't want to go by speed or anything like that. I just leave it because I play a lot of zone, so I just leave it as overall. The option defense, I like them to be aggressive. Pass rush, I like them to be aggressive. Strip ball, I like to be aggressive, but they're going to miss a lot of tackles. And, in MUT, you don't got to worry about that. We'll keep the tackle in the conservative. That's usually how I do it. Now, keep in mind and understand this, though. Make sure that you really, really understand. A lot of the things that you're setting up will definitely affect jumping off sides and stuff like that in critical gameplay moments when you're playing actual users. It's very, very bad. It's happened to me when I've streamed offline. When I was doing the weekend leagues this weekend, and I was just trying stuff out just to see, because I like to see how it works for me before I suggest it to somebody else. I don't just, hear something like, oh yeah, that works, and I put it out there for you guys, because I don't think it's fair to you to just run around and give you recycled BS, all right? So I'm going to use it, and I'm going to see how it works for me. Now, look, I missed a lot of tackles, and again, if you play on regs, you're going to get a lot of face masks, you'll get defensive pass interference, you get a lot of things like that. So if you play regs with your regular teams, this doesn't apply to you. In MUT, there are not a lot of penalties. So you can play around with this, and if you get a guy that knows what you're doing and sees that you're coming in aggressively, what's going to happen is he's going to start doing fake hikes. And then when you fake hike, your guy is jumping off the ball, like he's jumping. And you know, in the real NFL, it happens. It doesn't happen all the time. See, like right there, they didn't jump. Pretty much, when you're playing a user like a human opponent, what's going to happen is more than likely they'll jump. You know what I'm saying? So they'll really jump that snap, but they will come aggressive. So if they're passing the ball, you see how he threw the ball out really quickly. Even though I'm sending 5 out of this blitz right here, it doesn't really matter. They'll just throw the ball. The CPU will throw the ball. But what happens with your opponent? They'll try to see if you're playing with the coaching adjustments, because it helps them to know what they can do and what they can get away with. So, you know, just keep in mind if you have a guy that's running around and, you know, oh, okay. Look, oh, he dropped the ball. Okay, so we have it for play ball, but they'll still drop hits. That's still something that goes on within the game. And right now, because it's like I said, it's Gauntlet Unleashed, the computer's going to go for it, and they're going to see if they can get it. And you already see what the settings are. So you can see my D line. I just sent 3 there. I sent 3. Just look at the setup. I sent 3 right here. Look, I'm sending 3 people. Okay, so I'm sending 3. It's on aggressive. Notice how vicious. You see, but I don't know if I'm calling that a nano detection. I don't know what that is, bro. I have no idea what that is, but that's been happening a lot when they get contained. And the only thing you can do with that is you can actually click onto that defender, that linebacker, and rush manually. That's pretty much all you can do. So let's go ahead and look at the adjustments again. We're gonna go coaching adjustments. Okay, in intermediate pass catching, you can go aggressive. Look, I leave this alone. I just leave that alone. Just look, just don't play with it. Do not play with that. That is a very dangerous thing to play with. Deep pass catching, you know, I like to go aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Just because sometimes you got to go deep, bro, and it is what it is. But the blocking, you can play around with this. Again, you don't have to worry about holding in MUT, but that's very important that you understand that if you're playing regular, if you're playing in franchise mode, you are going to be called for these penalties because the game is designed for that to happen. You can play with conservative, you know what I'm saying? But they say it decreases the ability to, you know, to actually break tackles. That's on you guys. You know, like I said, I don't really play around with it a lot because once I tried it out and I saw that LaDainian Tomlinson still fumbled the football, I was just completely disgusted. So I don't utilize it. I just leave it as balanced and I keep it like that. And we go from there. You know what I'm saying? So if you're using coaching adjustments, I'm going to let you know. Aggressive, just keep it in mind like this. Aggressive is very, very good defensively if you're sending blitzes. Okay? You got to know your opponent though. Most of the time, I would recommend just keeping it conservative, keeping it balanced. You know, don't try to do too much of one edge because the game is designed to make you do certain things that you otherwise wouldn't do. If that makes sense to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going aggressive and it's telling you that it's a higher chance that this is going to happen, EA Sports is going to make sure that those things happen, that it's a higher chance of happening. Keep in mind, I have my guys blocking aggressively. Dudes are still coming right in. It doesn't matter, bro. Dudes are coming right. Yo, listen. Dudes are going to come in, especially the CPU is so savage. But if you're running pistol, that's the one thing that I've noticed. If you run pistol, they do block wild and savage-like when you come out and you have it as aggressive. So the blocking is aggressive, so we're going to go to a pistol run. And I'm just experimenting with a random playbook. This is pretty much what I do to before I come out, and then, you know, we go from there. We lab different things. And it's kind of weird because I lab while I'm actually playing human opponents, and we learn different things with my stream at GmiasWorld. We all learn together and try to figure out stuff like that. But look, you can see it's all red, so I probably should be passing the ball. But I just want you to see what happens. You see how aggressively they're blocking on the outside? You just have to break one tackle. And I don't know if conservatively LT would have been able to break that tackle because I haven't been able to. I can't prove that it works either way. That's why I tell you guys, I just come out and play balance. You know, you'll see a lot of guys, you know, coming out, you know, in their stream and they're doing all kind of coaching adjustments. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't really see the benefit of doing it. It just doesn't appear to be beneficial to me. So again, the only thing that I've seen that has actually worked is with the D-line being aggressive. You don't have to put the cornerbacks to play ball because you can do that one-on-one. Just strafe up, holding the left trigger or L2, and hold triangle at the right time to get a perfect time and pick. It actually works this year, so there's not a lot of reasoning behind you know, having to even do anything with that. If you want to set it by speed because you play a lot of man-to-man or, you know, defensively you do a lot of different things, you can do that. But just understand that, like I said, I can't tell you either way if it's... is he frozen right there? Okay, look, we're going to let the clock run down while I tell you some more stuff about coaching adjustments, because I have no idea what this is. But, yeah, all right, listen, what is that? Why is he just standing there? Should we get to delay a game on this guy? Oh, my God. Yo, if this happened in a real game and this was me, I don't know what I would do right now. I have no idea. But, again, coaching adjustments, do they work? You guys are going to probably be able to tell me, you know, other adjustments work. Conservative doesn't work for me as far as not fumbling. D-line is the only thing that has successfully worked for me when I have them go aggressive, and maybe blocking aggressive on offense. That's it. Nothing else really, you know, is something that I could be like, yeah, go ahead and definitely do that. You know what I'm saying? So just be cautious depending on the mode that you're playing, because a lot of you guys have been telling me that you play franchise, you play regs, you do all that stuff. You're more likely to get penalties in those modes. With MUT, there is no penalty. You know, they pretty much don't call penalties at all. I would say that, you know, he intercepted that ball because it was on play ball, but that would be telling you a lie. They're going to pick the ball like that regardless. Even if it's bounced, they're going to drop the ball regardless of what you have it in. So you have to decide how you want to do it, what you want to do with it, you know, how you're going to implement it into your gameplay. And keep in mind that when you're playing online, you got to do all that stuff rather quickly, because the clock is moving. When you do solos, you can experiment with it, and the clock doesn't move when you're doing coaching adjustments. Remember, I'm all conservative, so that's probably why they're saying I'm not able to break any tackles that's currently happening right now. So, you know, hopefully this has been informative to you as far as coaching adjustments. If you're going to use them, let me know in the comment section. Let me know, you know, yo, Gmia, I'm really going to try it out, see if it works, or, you know, this works more than other ones. However you want to say it, however you want to do it, let me know. And then maybe we could implement something else. But for the most part, it's like 50-50 with me. All right? So I'll see you guys and girls next time. Definitely hit that like. Definitely share the video. Let me know if you have any other questions in regards to anything else. See you guys and girls next time. One love.